Da-da-da-da. Oh shit! Oh. Rookie mistake, people. Rookie mistake. You see what's going on? Your boy Jords, Durag Diaries, is back in the building. You know, I ain't never done all the countdowns and things. So when I'm moving the things around, the things aren't going. They're not working out so easy. But we're here back with another lane lowdown. I thought we got a few lives today. Obviously, the Tottenham and Arsenal match preview later on today. Make sure you're there for that one, 5 p.m. Dan Potts, Just D, Igal, of course, then Ashmatic and Hotspur J, Hotspur K, man like blacks. Yeah, man, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. But big up to everyone that is inside. Make sure you smash the like button on your way in. That's the normal setting. You already know where it is. And big up to Blackheart every single time. He's going to be here later. So check in and check out to see the people them. Always, as first, big up to the people that are inside beforehand. Kavinsky Nightglow, shout out to you. I know he was on the way out. And VDV and Poro will be next. We are still a selling club. Nice to see Levy is back in the manager before the Arsenal game, Low. Being sarcastic, of course. What happened? Not waiting another 30 minutes. We'll watch back later. Take it easy, mate. My bad. Do you know what it is? I had to push it back further by half hour because I had a meeting that got thrown into my diary. So I just thought, let me push it back. We're going to make it happen. We're trying to make the live streams more consistent. We're getting there. But yeah, man, as you can see in the title, I'm pretty sure I changed the title. It says Rashford on the way in on my one. We're not doing Rashford on the way in. That's the other video. If you haven't watched it already, watch it. Oh, the upload transfer rumor roundup has come out on the channel 9 a.m. this morning. So check that one out where we talk about Rashford potentially on the move, Kolo Muani updates and so on. But Romero, Christian Romero, man like Kuti, could be on his way out of Spurs. Now, I don't know what the people are thinking. Let me know what you're thinking in the chat. But Christian Romero, club captain, we know that he come out and said some comments just a month ago where he alluded to the fact that the board hasn't been backing our team, hasn't been providing the team with enough players to compete with the likes of Liverpool, City, and so on. And many of us fans agreed with him. Many of us fans knew exactly how Romero feels because we've been watching this team for a very long time go through it. Man, like Ryan, when AVB and Harry Redknapp was there, we're signing Ryan Nelson and Louis Saha in January transfer window. That's what Levy's been on. He's been trying to find opportunities, trying to put square pegs in round holes for too long, for damn too long. And with this, Christian Romero doesn't seem to be happy at Spurs right now. Now, one thing you can observe with Romero is that this season it's not been a great year for him. He obviously been injured for some time, come back from an injury, and then got injured instantly after. But it's just not been great performances. He's had a few decent games, and early on in the season. But I think it's fair to say that some of the games, you look at Brighton, you look at Palace, you look at Ipswich, a lot of the goals are conceded all the same way. They're all poor defending, lapses in concentration from our defenders. And Romero has been at fault for that. He's definitely been at fault for that. The Newcastle goal early on in the season, stepping up too early. I know I was defending it at the time, but when you evaluate where we're at now, evaluate how he's been playing, you just got to sit here and see it and be like, yo, the performances haven't been there. It's not been good enough. And I mean, I've come on streams and I've said it before. That whole right-hand side could get replaced. That whole right-hand side could potentially get replaced. When I'm looking at Romero and I'm looking at Pedro Porro, defensively, they're both not that solid. They both open up too many times. They have far too many lapses in concentration. And we've conceded goals from those. We've conceded a lot of times from these two defenders making mistakes, not marking their man. You know, so when I'm looking at these transfers, I'm not mad. I'm not huge mad. It will be a big miss, but I'm not mad because as a team and as where we're at, we need to constantly evaluate position on make sure that these players are going to the next level. And if Romero's not going to get the performances up, and you can play the ball forward and look good on the ball, but off the ball, you're not doing your work. You're not being a leader at the back. Because we all know, look, when you're wearing that captain armband, I've played centre back. When you're there, you need to speak to everyone. You're speaking to the goalkeeper constantly, speaking to the centre back, speaking to the right back, left back, speaking to the CDM. You just got to constantly be communicating, being a leader in the team. And you got to be the manager on the pitch. You got to understand the tactics and what the manager's wanting to do. You can't be a player that loses your head in moments, starts flying out and gives away bad challenges. You can't be that. You got to lead by example. You're calm and composed on the pitch. That's what you need, especially from a captain. So Romero's one that definitely I would be looking out for in the Spurs fan base, and it could be on the move. Now, the bigger thing is, who do we bring in to replace him? Now, Luka Vuskovic is the player we've got out on loan, the 17-year-old who's the top goal-scoring defender in Europe, top goal-scoring defender in Europe. He's going to be coming through 6'4", and that's a big guy. He can move pretty quick. We're looking like we could have a double Van de Ven backline. Could have two Van de Vens. It's going to be looking, two players just doing up turbo. When you got players running through the back line. But no, all jokes aside, we're gonna have to sign a very strong replacement. Be here for the foreseeable, especially under this Ange system. I feel like we need someone who's we need someone that can really epitomize everything Ange says and Ange does, and need that on the pitch. But back to Kavinsky. I'm back as my client called in sick. I know how you feel, man. I know how you feel on that one. But who's our latest cheap low wage star signing? Low wage. Now that's where I'm getting stuck here. Low wages. I know we give out low wages to everyone, but when I'm looking at the transfer market, whoever we do bring in is going to be off a high wage because we're looking to bring someone in that front line, and the rumors are saying apparently it could be Rashford, it could be Kolo Muani. Those are two players with 150 or 200 bag week contract. So whoever does come in is going to be commanding quite a hefty amount. But yes, that is here. We are 122 away from 1K. Stop playing games, people. Stop playing games. Let's run this up. Let's get this to 1K. Let's get the monetization. You know what I mean? We're going to start seeing some ads on my videos soon. That's when your boy Jords is making it up. And also, if you haven't already, I did make a little appearance. Just a very small one. They thought I was an Arsenal fan. Crazy. I know, crazy. On the Sport Bible. I put it on my community post. So go check my community for that one. And you can watch me on Sport Bible say my shit for just a little couple seconds. You know what I mean? Just go support the boy. Drop a little like on the video and say you've seen Jords. You came over from Durag Diaries. Let them know that I sent you. But yeah, man, it's obvious Romero's being told not to play too many games. He's prepared for his move to Real Madrid. I think he'll go for 90 million. Now, Kavinsky, I do think that 90 million is a bit steep. And also, I think that him being told not to play is not in his nature. I think there has been times where he's probably prioritized playing for his country over club. So if he's a doubt for a game and he's not feeling 100% and he knows he's got an international game coming up the next week, he might sit out a Spurs game. There's no doubt about that. I definitely believe that. And he's shown more passion, and the player he is on the pitch for Argentina is not the player he is for Spurs. But I definitely don't think that he's being told not to play too many games and he's trying to load manage or anything like that, because this is half a season left, half a season where we can still achieve stuff. We've got a Europa League campaign, a Carabao Cup campaign, an FA Cup campaign still to go. Trust me, I doubt that he's, sitting on the sidelines out of choice. Romero seems like a warrior and he seems like he will fight regardless regardless of what he's being told. King Krilla says we need Semenyo. Semenyo's a good player. Semenyo's a really good player. We've seen what he's been doing for Bournemouth this season. We've seen how pivotal he's been to their attack. High press. Yo, that's crazy. Man said StreamYard kicked me from my own studio, fam. They didn't like what I was saying. We're going to move on from Semenyo, fam. What the heck? Crazy. Romero's tuned out. He don't want to be here, and I don't blame him. Maddison and Van Ven need to leave next. This is what our club has become now. Kavinsky, now you're just seeming like the typical negative Spurs fan. I big up all my supporters, and I'm going to try and make you see things differently. This is what I'm going to say. Romero may be tuned out. Maddison, you've heard of my channel. I'm not the biggest fan of Maddison at the moment. I don't think it's a case of him being tuned out. I think it's a case of we've seen the level of Maddison, and this is just where he's at. Maddison just performs for 33% of the season. He's the 33% guy, you know. He's the glass half full. He's going to give you a little bit, but just not enough. That's all it is with him. He's going to look nice in the moments that he is good and look really good, but then the rest of the game is going to disappear. Man like Houdini. That's just a part of the game. I'll be so real. This is a part of where it is for certain players. Maddison is definitely one, but for Van der Ven, nah, you're pushing it. You're pushing it. Van der Ven had a very, very good first season for us, albeit he wasn't available all the time, but at the same time, he was brilliant when he was available. His pace saved us in far too many games, and his performances showed for him to be one of the better centre-backs in the league, man. You can't sit here and say that he needs to leave. That's crazy. You can't be a Spurs fan if you think he wants to leave. This club is a great for players' careers. They need to leave to resurrect their careers. I hear what you're saying, bro. I hear what you're saying. But King Krilla, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. I can't lie. Archie Gray is definitely captain material. I think what we've seen from Archie Gray in the last couple games, I'd say just this past 2-3 months where he's been getting sustained football, you're seeing a real leader, a real captain, real potential of someone that for me could be a world-class English centre-back or CDM. I say CDM more. Centre-back just come out of my mouth. Ignore that bit. But world-class central defensive midfielder. When you watch him play, the composure he has on the ball, the way he just glides it past players at times, the passing, it's there. He's got all the minerals to be a top player. Just needs the time to grow, the games to develop and sharpen, and to be fair, the squad to play in. I feel like he needs to be surrounded by better players to be able to get the best out of him. But even just that little pass that he done through to Kulusevski, in the Liverpool game with the outside of boot, he drove out from the back a little piece, outside of boot, played it through, and it was just perfectly weighted pass. It just floated itself all the way around into the path of Kulusevski, and it was a good start of attack. That's what we've been missing. That's one thing we've missed heavily this season, is someone playing out from the back. Because when Romero's not been there, Dragusin, we all know, man, this guy is a press trigger. He can't play nothing. He couldn't play games. But no, I'm not on Nico Schlotterbeck. I ain't on Nico Schlotterbeck. But yeah, man, Kolo has 175k a week. Romero is not playing because he's injured. Plus, anyone that wants him going to have to pay big money. No doubt about that. I know Kavinsky reckons 90 million. For me, I reckon it'd be around a 65 million pound deal. Maybe at a push. We have to remember he is a centre back. The highest, like the most expensive centre back is around an 82 million pound deal. Now Romero is a top centre back, but is he the best centre back in the world? I don't think so. If clubs are going to start paying 90, 95 mil, you're probably looking at, why not go get Saliba? He's younger, he's better, and that is it. He's better. Saliba's just more calm and composed on the ball. He's a player that you can rely on more than you can Romero. So I think it's fair to say it's not going to be a 90 million pound deal. Probably looking at around 50 to 60 million pounds. We're going to make a small profit, but not a large one. But Yan, our new 18-year-old South Korean signing, looks really like a proper winger who gets in and around the back. Yeah, he is. He looks really good. He plays in off the right, can cut in off to his left foot. He's got a wanderer of a strike on him. And he looks like he just wants to run at his man. I'm a bit disappointed that Ange didn't choose to use him in the FA Cup, because I feel like that would have been a game where you could have just saw little glimpses of him getting on the ball, running at players, especially because the quality is so low. He'd felt more comfortable there. Maybe, you know, the physicality might have been a bit too much, but it's just one of those ones. You hope to get a glimpse of a player like Yan Min-hyuk real soon, but also understandable, he's only been training with the team for less than 2 weeks, so it's probably a case of him still having to settle in, him still having to find his feet before getting the proper game time. But Maddison is playing in a system that doesn't require number 10, so why sign him? This guy got 8 goals and 5 assists in 15 games. The goals and assists look really good. We can't take nothing away from that. But the impact on the overall game is just not there. These numbers are a lot better than Kulusevski's, but we're not going to sit here and say that he's been better than Kulusevski this season. There's no freaking way. No way he's been better than Kulusevski, bro. Man like Kulu's been cooking all year, took man's chain, and that's why he's not playing. Maddison isn't playing because his chain got snatched. That's as simple as, like, when someone in your position is performing better and more consistent than you for your team, ultimately you're going to get dropped. And Maddison's not very versatile. He doesn't give himself the option to play left wing, you know, play in a deeper 8, or potentially play in the 6. He can't do those roles. We've seen enough of him. Potentially he could play left wing. I'm not going to say that. He could play left attacking mid, do more of a inverted role. But even with that, I just don't think that in the Ange system where you need players to run at guys and you need pace on the wings, Maddison's not that. He's not going to be taking up the positions that our wingers do. So when they're putting crosses into the box, those low byline crosses, cutbacks and so on, there's going to be no one there. Like, we've seen so many times that the goals go from Brennan Johnson to Son to Brennan Johnson, or whoever's on the wings is coming straight back across. So you want to see players that are very technical and very on the ball on those wings. You want to see 1v1 specialists, and that's what I'm hoping Spurs are looking to sign. But I am worried. I'm definitely worried, guys, because a big concern of mine is, I said this, and I wasn't going to let it go over my head, because we're 15 days into the window and we got one fucking signing. Spurs, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. I can't bear to see Timo Werner and Brennan Johnson on the wing of my club again. Get them off. Get them off the wing. The wing they need to be on is B wing and C wing and J cuz, because they are fucking nicking a living. They're nicking a living. How can you watch a guy like Enoru, who played for Tamworth on the weekend, part-time retailer in Zara on a weekday, folding up clothes, doesn't even get to go training, and then Brennan Johnson's out here getting massages, getting himself rubbed down by medical women just to put up performances like that? Just to have man part-timers outperforming you. Come on, you've got to be having a joke. Got to be having a joke. We need to make signings. This club needs to be serious. Every time they tell us we've got a plan for the window, we're aiming at getting 3 to 4 players, they always overcook it. They always tell you they want 4 players and bring in 2. They always say they want 6 and bring in 3. There's no consistency or coherence from this club. They just chat shit. This club just chats shit. They feed you lies, and so you believe, so you go to that fucking Tottenham store and you go buy something. That's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to keep feeding me lies about this transfer window, telling me about Rashford, who's shit, by the way, telling me about Kolo Muani, who's shit, by the way, trying to gas me up, to gaslight me and make me think, yeah, because they're better than Brennan Johnson, they're good signings. No, people, don't get confused. Because they're better than Brennan Johnson doesn't mean that they're good signings. Because they're better than Werner doesn't mean they're good signings. A good signing will be good for the long term. We need to sign players that are going to be here for the Ange Postecoglou revolution. They need to be here for the next 2 to 3 years. I swear, I didn't even want to go on that round, but like, I'm getting so frustrated, with this clubs at times. But I'm trying to be the positive guy. I'm trying to be the good. I'm trying to be the guy that's gonna lift people up, give you guys some positivity about Spurs. But can't do it every time. Can't. Not when the transfer window's going the way it is. Big up to Hooks for the raid. I've just seen big up to Hooks for the raid. And just like him, I'm raging about January right now. I can't even lie. I'm raging about January. Because as you can see in the title, we've got the return of man like Pidgey, Richie. I called him R9 one time, a long time ago. But boy, Lord forgive me for that one. This is R.9, fam. Because he ain't shit. He ain't shit. Man doesn't even make it on the pitch. He's on the fucking injury table more than he is on the pitch. He's spending more time on the bench than he does on the pitch. So I ain't even trying to hear about Richie. I'm not even trying to see Richie come back, because Richie coming back scoring 2 goals will convince this owners that our squad is good enough now. Oh, the injuries are back, so the squad's good enough now. Fuck off. Richie's shit. Richie's shit. I ain't had enough of watching these players. I ain't having that guy on my wing. Anti-footballers. That's what they are. How can you be a Brazilian and play the way he does? How? Brazilians grow up in favelas on the beach doing keepy-uppies at 2 years old. You can watch videos on TikTok of the girls pinging it to each other. Doing the 2 touchdown footballers doing the Prem, tests. Richarlison couldn't do that if you'd paid him to. I swear, Richarlison couldn't do that if you paid him to. Put his life on it. He told him, yeah, you got to do this to save your wife. You ain't doing shit, bro. Man's gonna be eating grass, face to the floor settings. But good evening to Inner Coma. Shout out to you, my bro, every single time. Always checked in and tuned in. I have missed quite a bit of the chat because, yeah, Spurs are on a mad one. But Hooks raid. Big up to the Hooks raid. Make sure, if you haven't already, like the damn video. Like the video, show some love, and make sure you're subscribed to Hooks. From the fact that you came over here, you should be subscribed to Hooks. But if you haven't subscribed to Hooks and you come over here, make sure you subscribe to me too. But make sure you go back and subscribe to Hooks, because that's my guy. That's my guy. We're going to be doing a North London preview, North London derby preview later on tonight on his channel at 8 o'clock. So make sure you're around. Make sure you're around. There's a lot of videos, a lot of content coming today. And yeah, man. Yeah, I'm the pressure's coming down. The blood pressure's coming down, guys. I'm just reading through the chat. We're going to get back to the talk. But, yeah, no, the veins were popping for a second. But big up to you, man, like HTX Guna Sav. Yo, Durag, chill. You're going to pop a vein. Bring the rage to the Emirates. Hey, if you want me to go to the Emirates, you don't have to ask me twice. I'll pull up there and I'll slap corn to all those AFTV, man, and tell them about their club after we win. They don't want to see me. They don't want to see Durag Diaries. Trust me. Hey, it will be dark times. Ange in, most definitely Ange in. We already know where it is. We're all here for it. But big up, Jords. Big up, Love United. Hate the ops. I want to see a Durag meltdown on Wednesday night. Make sure you check out. Do you know, if you guys want, because I know some people want to know where to be up to date with the most recent content or like straight after games. If you don't know already, I do have other platforms. TikTok is the one for my instant match reactions. You'll get it probably within an hour or an hour and a half after the game. Within that time frame, straight after the game, you're going to see my instant match reaction. You're going to see it emotional. It might be a bit more, a bit more violent. It might be a bit more angry. It's emotional at the time. It's straight after the game. So if you might see me more happy than usual. So just check those ones out for your little 1-minute reactions, 2-minute reactions. I do upload them on YouTube Shorts as well sometimes, but TikTok is your best place for that. We also just hit 2.1k over there. So why are the people not coming from over there over here? I should be doing it the other way around, because we're on the road to 1k. If you haven't already, tap that subscribe button so we can stay up to date with everything. And we're trying to get monetized, man. We're trying to get that monetization. You know what I mean? A man said this man deserves 1k subs just for this rage. Do you know what? The rage caught me off guard. I just deeped it. I looked at the date and I realized it's 14th of December. Man's only signed 1 goalkeeper. Like, am I a fucking dickhead, bro? Am I a prick? Like, what am I? 14 days in, and man, am I trying to show me that I've got 1 goalkeeper signing? Yes, albeit he's good and I wanted him to come in. I need a winger. I said, bring me a winger. I'm crying. I'm dying for a winger. I'll do a lot for a winger. You don't even want to. I can't say the things that I'm gonna do for a winger online, but I'll do a lot for a winger, bro. I'm telling you right now, I'll do a lot for a winger. But Ange would be disappointed about the transfer because he's been saying about needing backup since the start of December. He's been saying it, bro. He said far too many times that this squad right now, we can't play the way we want to play because we don't have the defensive stability. We don't have the cohesion. We don't have the players required to play the way that he wants to play because of the squad. Because the squad depth is non-existent. And Levy's all sitting there scratching his bum, doing nothing. I have to live with this shit every year. I know it's not just our club that's doing nothing, but bro, this just isn't good enough. It's just not good enough, innit? It's just not good enough at this moment in time. But remember that time R9 was informed? Yeah, it was this time last year, man. Man, like 9 games in a row, he's bagging goals and them things. But we ain't on that pigeon train, man. You literally like a pigeon, headless chicken running around the pitch just chasing food, bro. Anytime you throw the ball anyway, he's gonna be chasing after it. Bro, I trust in Ange. I don't trust in my board. Just like you said yesterday, bro. You're sitting there, you want to get angry at your board and talk about the silence on. That's where my anger is at. My anger is at with the Tottenham board. We want conquer. We want conquer. We want conquer. Is that what's gonna be? That's gonna be you. That's gonna be you tomorrow, bro. After you, we want conquer. We want conquer. Bruv, lie, man. You ain't gonna try sitting and tell me why am I angry? You're angry with your own board, bruv. He's better than Jesus, though. He's better than Jesus. Like, bro, don't make me run back this argument. I'm glad you was around for that HTX. I'm glad you was around for that. Because Jesus still doesn't get a start for Brazil. And my guy Richie's going to get called straight back up. Are you not entertained? Nah, come on, man. That was a funny one. That was a funny one. And come like Daniel Dubois when he said that. I was like, nah. Dickhead. Bro, hooks. Don't be silly, nah. Don't be silly, nah. My connection broke. Hey, shit. I'm still catching up to the chat. I gotta get better at this, people. Yeah, let's get the likes up, people. I'm not sure what the likes are on. Let me know in the chat what the likes are on, but let's get the likes up. I ain't stressed about the NRD. I ain't stressed about the NLD skills. Come on, man. You know, you watch me, bro. You know what it is with Arsenal. We've always got the confidence, man. But I ain't going to go too much into the NLD because we do have a match preview later on today, 5 p.m. Dan Potts, Egal Talks Ball, Just D, Hotspur Cave, and man like Ashmatic. So make sure you join at 5 to tune into all the Arsenal and Tottenham talk. Man U and Spurs have turned a little corner, but is the real turning point? I'm not too sure. But honestly, we need a 1v1 specialist. Johnson can't deal with a 1v1. Semenyo and even Kola are good at this. That's the thing. Semenyo and Kola are both better than him at this. But are they good enough for Spurs to take us to the next level? That's where the bigger question lies. But Jords, you should be getting into selling durags. Make your own ones because you wear them so much. You should trademark it. You know what? Come on, man. You already know I'm trying to put some things into the works this year. You guys might see a little Durag Diaries special Durag. I'm going to try and get something in place so we can start getting Durags out to the subscribers. Maybe if I'm feeling extra good, we'll do some Durag giveaways. People can send in their pictures of their Durags. I'm going to work some things out behind that. I do have some stuff that I've been thinking about in the past, but definitely one for the future, man. The Durags are going to be coming. And it says, maybe make one says, who we are, mate. But right here, you want it. It's who we are, mate. Right here. Say less. I'm going to see if I can make that happen. And man said, when you get 1K, you're doing a hairline. Bro, I'll do a hairline reveal right now. Don't question my hairline. My hairline looks good, bro. My hairline ain't cooked yet. I got a long way till then. Maybe when I'm in like my 30s and them things. My hairline's not done yet, man. All right, Mikey, we can't talk about that. We can't talk about that on the live, but nothing why. Don't take that for a why because there's no whys. There's no whys over here. I enables my bad, man. My bad. Why, innit? I was going on a little rant. I lost my head for a moment, but we're composed. We brought it back in. We reeled it all the way back in. Composure, you know what I mean? I honestly don't know about any Spurs fans other than you and Expression. No wonder why your club don't listen to the fans. To be fair, Aditya, subscribe to the channel. We got plenty of Spurs fans coming on this channel. I've had loads of them. And we're going to have a straight meeting of Spurs fans, little therapy session, Thursday at 9 p.m. Boardroom talks. That's where most of the big Spurs fans from YouTube will come on here. All of my favorite guys anyway. Are going to come on here and they're going to give me their thoughts and views on where Spurs are at the moment. So make sure you get up to that. Make sure you stick around to see that one. But any more links besides Rashford and Kolo? Yes. So I have been hearing potentially we have been looking at centre backs, I should say, and looking at bringing in someone back there. Ko Itakura from, correct me if I'm wrong, this Borussia Mönchengladbach. He's a left back / left centre back. Spurs have been looking at it for some time, have been offered the opportunity to sign him. So he's a player that they're looking to get rid of on their side of things too. And I just don't think that he's of the quality that we need. I haven't looked too much into it. I'm not going to lie. From what I've seen of him, he's not great. I don't really know too much of him outside of what I've looked at. But he's just not a good player that's going to come into our team and elevate our level. This would be very similar to when Arsenal signed Kiwior. You know, you're signing a player for an average team that's average in their league and is going to come to us and be average. It's just not what we need. If you're going to bring someone in to compete. Bring someone that's a left back that can deputize at centre back, but they're good on either side. But we need someone that's especially a left back because we know that we've got no left back at the moment. Literally none in the squad. We've got regular Don, who's, as it says in the name, he's a regular Don. And then you've got man like Udogie who's out, bro. And he ain't dogging nowhere right now. No way, man. Richarlison and Jesus are two cheeks of the same arse. You know what, Lee, bro? I hear it. I ain't going to say nothing against that. That's a good one. That's my new line. They're two cheeks of the same arse. I like that one. But 27 likes is a bit disgraceful, people. What's going on? Hey, the lights up, man. Man, I'm hurting my feelings and them things. Get the likes up. Smash the like button. Come on. But get that stinking fraud Arteta out of my club. Big up, Jords. Are you ready for whipping? Come on, you Gunners. I mean, from the name, from your YouTube name, you can't be that confident if you got a fraud running you into that game. That fraud is going to be trying to do up Martinelli on the right wing. That fraud is going to have you playing man like Havertz up top, bruv. Shit Havertz. That's what you're going to call. Wait, what's Havertz? Shit Havertz, bruv. Havertz up top. Like, bro, you haven't got no hope tomorrow. I ain't scared. I'm not scared of that game, but tune in at 5 p.m. to see my real thoughts. Now, Tactic Whisperer. This is a guy that Spurs were looking at in the summer. Man like Callum Hudson-Odoi, we all know he's having a stellar season at Nottingham Forest at the moment. They're flying high. They're doing their thing in the league. They're playing tonight against Liverpool, which is going to be a huge game. Huge game for them and their top four challenge. But this should have been a guy that we signed. When we were looking at players in the summer, I think we ended up signing Yamin Hyuk or Wilson Odobert instead of him. Callum Hudson-Odoi, when you talk about a 1v1 demon on that left-hand side, that's exactly what he is, bro. He's going to get at his man. And then once he gets at his man, he's cutting it back to go get at him again. Now, that's not something I want in my wingers. I do want someone to have the football IQ that when they get to the final third, they got to make the right decisions. But he is a good player and he's having a good season. I feel like he's starting to take that bit of his game, that final third decision making to the next level. He's got a very good finish in him when he cuts in off that left-hand side. And I feel like the one thing about him that just makes him so good on the ball is his elusiveness. You don't really know which way he's going to go. He can take it right and he can take it left very comfortably with the drop of the shoulder. So Cho's definitely one of the good wingers that are coming up in the league. I know a lot of people called him the Chelsea flop a few years ago, but I think he's starting to find his feet and find his level in the league, and he's steadily improving. I'm definitely been impressed with him this season. And skills, you know the funniest thing about this, when Arsenal were looking at getting him in that January transfer window, you go back on my TikTok, so you can probably see I made a video. I was like, bring this guy in, big Trossard fan, rare tear. Then when I saw he went to the dirty Gooners, and my heart was broken, man. I was shattered, because I knew this was going to be a cheap signing, and it would have worked for Spurs at the time. Do I think he's what we need in our system right now? No, but he's a player that can get goals. He's a player that can provide as an output off the bench. And I feel like he's actually doing a decent job at Arsenal. I feel like it's just what he's been asked of to do by the manager isn't where his strengths lie. So you have to look at the manager for that rather than the players. But most definitely, you should check out the guy called Hotspur Cave. Look, he's been summoned from the demon realm. Make sure you go check out the Hotspur Cave channel. He's on the road to 500 subs. He's on the road to 500, and he's more than halfway there. The channel has been blowing up recently. You've seen him on Football Heritage TV. You've seen him on Never a Foul, and you've seen him on Durag Diaries. It's going to be here later on tonight as well. 5 p.m. Be there. But make sure you subscribe to his channel too, man. That's a real one right there, man. Like, G. But Ko Itakura is fast. I didn't do too much research. As I said, I only know very brief bits about him. He plays for an average team in an average league, performing at an average level is not good enough for me. But if he's fast, shout out to him. You guys tell me in the comments what you guys actually see from him. But this is a good question. Good question, King Quilla. Keep them coming. I've been tuned in, checked out. Don't kill me, man. Said perverts. But back to it. Do you see a future for players like Pedro Porro in our team in 1 to 2 years? Pedro Porro, as I sort of addressed a little bit earlier in the video, I don't see him being in our club in 2 years. Again, it's the lack of consistency in the defending. His 1v1 defending is good sometimes, but far too many times he gets beaten too easily. He lets his man get down beside of him. He makes late challenges, gives away poor fouls. His positioning, oh my Lord, his positioning is all over the place. These are things that he's been here for 2 years, they should have improved. They should have gone to the next level. You should have improved the basics of your game, but they have not. Since we've got him from Sporting Lisbon, he's had these same problems. And now, yes, we can sit here and say he's a wing back, so some of it is understandable. But he's now been playing fullback for 18 months. There's not an excuse anymore. You've got to improve. If you're not showing sustained improvement, you need to be on the way out. There doesn't need to be anything else. There doesn't need to be anything else. Anything else mentioned. So for me, I don't really see a future for Porro in 2 years. I think Pedro Porro might be on his way out. Maybe not this summer, but the summer after, because that's probably when his deal is going to be close to expiring. And that's if no teams come in for him. But I feel like if a team does come in for him this summer, Spurs will look to sell instantly. There's no doubt about that. Big up your light skin butte. No, did he know Philip? Fuck, you know. Big up Hyper. Hyper's a real one as well. You're due to be a mod on this. I need to make you a mod. Just remind. You know what? I'm gonna do it before the stream ends. You're gonna be a mod because that's my guy. That's 100% my guy. In a coma, what about Dorgu from Leeds? Now, Patrick Dorgu is definitely one that'd be a great signing for us at left back. He'd be competition for Udogie. Now, this is what we need. A left back that's going to be competition. Good. He's a proper challenger. You know, gets in dirty in the 1v1. He's someone that's physical, someone that can do the inverted roll a bit, but on the overlap, he's got attacking play. Someone that can beat his man. He was a bit like Udogie when he first came in. I see you, Hooks. A bit like Udogie when he first came in, but he's still young. This is the thing with Dorgu, and this is my problem with the players that we're looking at targeting. We're trying to bring in too many young players. We know with young players, there's too many intangibles as to why they perform so well, why they don't perform well. You don't need all these things being involved in when you're trying to improve, when you're trying to grow. Sorry, I keep getting thrown off by the chat. What is this, bro? What is this? Real Madrid are lining up a bid to sign Archie Gray after the 18-year-old is repressed in his emergency centre back at Tottenham this season. Great joke, Hooks. Great joke. I hope they are. Shout out to him if they are. But I'm pretty sure they're watching your centre back after your club's failed to provide them with another trophy this season. So I would be checking your shoulder and looking in the mirror. That's what I'd be looking in the mirror, checking your shoulder and making sure no one's behind you, because boy, oh boy, they might just be visiting your yard. And when they visit and they make that call, you already know. Collection time, bailiffs, CCJ, you know what I mean? Porro needs the right manager, in my opinion. That's the thing. I think Porro needs a system that's built around the way that he plays. He can do the inverted role as well. I just feel like he needs less, what's the word I'm looking for? Less defensive responsibility. You need to be given sort of that Trent role, or the way that Man City play, where they always have someone covering their right back in that right-hand space. So you just allow him to get forward and do what he does best up the pitch. It's just with Pedro Porro, he does put some great balls into the box. I can't take nothing away from him on that side of things. It's my man just loses his head in the final third, tries to shoot. My man thinks this is 05 FIFA Street. He thinks that he's got is it a groundbreaker, the thing was called, where when you shoot from anywhere, ras it off, it's going top bins. That's what my man thinks he's activating every time. He thinks he's tapped that button, whoop, loading up, time to charge the shot up. Calm down, bro. Calm down, tranquilo. Just lay it off to your boys. Let them do the thing. Let them shoot. Literally. Man thinks he's going to ras it out from 30 yards every single time and it's going to go in. Coed Scorer has great pace and is a good progressive passer. It's an centre-back, but I can totally see where you're coming from. Also, thanks for the knowledge, though. I didn't know this, but so thank you for that, King Kriller. And also, if we sign Cardoso, do you sell Basuma? Also, I think Bergwijn is our best midfielder at the moment. Great points. Made some great points. I think Cardoso could be one to look out for, but we're probably going to look to sign him in the summer, because that's when Spurs have the £25 million fee where we can sign him for, or whatever that deal is. We have the set fee of where we can buy him for. That's not activated in this window. What we do have activated is currently a sell-on clause, whereas if he goes to another team, we get 35% of the fee. I think he is Basuma's replacement. I think it's been lined up since last year. I think Basuma / Bentancur, because Bentancur's availability more than his actual ability, I think that he's being given that season to see if he's going to perform, if he's going to go to the next level. Basuma had a great game against Liverpool, but that's the only good game I've seen him have this season. He's not good enough. He's not good enough. I ain't going to sit here and do the mad one about him, because I've said it far too long, far too many times. I've said, Basuma, get out. I'm more than willing to let him go. We've signed him for 25 million. He can go for about 15 or 20. Plenty of teams are going to be wanting him because he's still a decent player, just not good enough for what we need. And he doesn't play the way that we play. And Hooks, I think that deadline day live is like a Tottenham parody account. I'm pretty sure. So ignore that. But Saliba being monitored by Real Madrid after Arsenal knocked out 3 competitions in a week. Definitely true. Now, Mr. Battered, sorry. That is what I'm saying. Watch your own back. Check your mirrors, bro. Check your mirrors. When you drive and you're looking up, you got to check it every 5 or 10 seconds. Make sure you're doing that. Because it doesn't look like you've been doing that recently. Because, hey, as HTX says, it's not just when they're knocking for Saliba, they're doing the, you know what I mean? They're doing the familiar knock. My man's gonna be like, oh shit. That's my guy knocking. That's what's gonna happen. Saliba's gonna be all jumping up and getting giddy when he gets that call, bro. Oh, I've been waiting for this one. Yeah, what? Oh, big. Yeah, you want me to come out? You fly me out? Yeah, what? Spain? Oh, what? Better weather, bigger team. Ballers. Yes. Oh, what? Better man them. Oh, yeah. Say less. Man's gonna go join his French boys, the fruity ones, over in Real Madrid, bruv. Man's gonna go be chilling with Tchouaméni, Camavinga, you know what I mean? Kylian Mbappe. He's at home. He's at home again. So trust me, Saliba is definitely on his way out. Arsenal fans do need to know that Saliba's going to be on his way out real soon. But do a combined 11 later with the Arsenal, man. Could be tempted. I don't really like combined 11s. I might end up doing it. If I do it on a gal stream, then I won't do it for my stream. But if it's not done on any of the streams, I'll make sure me, Hooks, and Just D do it. We'll do it on one of the streams. Most definitely. But they will say Itakura is a City reject like Rodgers. Rodgers most definitely isn't a City reject. Nor is Sancho, nor is Pedro Porro. These guys aren't rejects. They're just City Academy kids that went and flourished elsewhere. It's as simple as that. Not every academy kid's going to come through your academy and blow over there. I mean, if we're talking about if we're talking about rejects, talk about Maduki, that's a Spurs reject, bruv. Man like Maduki over on West London, that's a Spurs reject. No damn way there. But the Spuds give Real Madrid the sloppy too. Ask Modric, how's the partnership with Real Madrid going? Nah, do you know what we used to? We used to give Real Madrid the little bit of, you know, we gave them a little something earlier back in the day. But we haven't done no business with Real Madrid in a long, long time. So I'm not really too sure if the relationship's still good. I'm not too sure. Daniel Levy's a hard businessman, so he's probably still getting some payments on them for that Gareth Bale deal. Trust me. But my problem with Kolo is that Werner is like Werner. He misses big chances and is the biggest confidence player ever. But I'd like to hear your thoughts. Do you know what, King Krilla? I did actually do a video. I'm not trying to be that guy, but I did that video about Kolo Muani. It's literally like a 5-minute video. If you go onto my uploads, you can see it there. I tell you everything I think about him as a player, what I think about the deal, and what would have to be done for me to be seen as a deal. But he's very similar to Werner in that sense, and that's why I was against the deal. I'm going to be finishing up this one, so I don't want to go into too much detail on that. So make sure you go check that one out. But just last thoughts. No, don't do a combined 11 with a gal. Have you seen that? Of course, I've seen that video. That video went double platinum on Twitter and TikTok, man. But shout out to a gal. It's going to be an interesting one with a gal because I know he's going to prop up all these players. That's the point. That's what we got to do, man. City treat their academy like people trafficking. That's crazy. But Maduki to win a trophy before Spurs? Maybe. And Timber Calafiore available for NLD. All right, look, people, big up for checking in and being here for another stream. This was just a quick check-in, a quick lane lowdown. I got someone at the door coming to sort some stuff out. But big up to everyone inside. Big up for tuning in. Make sure you like the damn video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, man. We need the support. But yeah, man, Durag Diaries, I've got to go real quick.